Hello, beautiful yogis, and welcome to your practice today. We're going to start in our tabletop position on all fours. So just joining me when you're ready. And finding our good alignment, wrists under shoulders, knees under the hips, toes untucked. We'll start our practice with our cat-cow. It's a really good place to start, and it will also help us move our breath to our movement for the rest of our practice. So on your next inhale, bend the elbows, drop the belly, eyes look all the way up to the ceiling for cow pose. Exhale, stomach in, chin to your chest, look at your belly button and suck it in. Inhale, let's do that movement again. Elbows bend, belly drops, eyes look up. Exhale, cat, stomach in, chin to chest, push the floor away. Inhale again, bend the elbows, belly drops, eyes look up. Exhale, cat, stomach in, chin to chest, arch the spine. Inhale, getting it nice and smooth with your movement now, looking all the way up. Exhale, stomach in, chin to chest, arch the spine. One more time, inhale, cow pose. See if you can look up a little bit higher. And then exhale, cat, stomach in, chin to your chest, arch the spine. Coming back to your neutral spine in your tabletop position, let's activate our core with our Superman crunches, elbow to knee. So on your next inhale, keep the hands where they are and just extend that left leg long behind you. So ideally you want your heel to be in line with the hip and the toe pointed with the navel drawn in to help support you. If you can now, we're going to extend that right arm forward. So opposite arm to opposite leg. If you fall out, just bring the right hand back down, reestablish your balance, and then see if you can stretch that right arm forward. If you can't do it with the right arm forward, remember you can do the same pose just with the leg extended. So on your next inhale, stretch the right arm forward, point the left toes back, belly button drawn in. And then exhale, bring your elbow to your knee, stomach in and crunch. Inhale, lengthen, looking forward, stretch the arm forward, point the toe. Exhale, elbow to the knee, stomach in, crunch. 3 more. Inhale, looking forward, stretch the arm, point the toe. Exhale, stomach in and crunch. 2 more. Inhale, extend, lengthen, pull yourself apart. Exhale, elbow to the knee, stomach in, crunch. 1 more time, looking forward, stretch the arm forward, point the toes back. And then exhale, stomach in, knee to your elbow and crunch. Good, right hand down, left knee down, shake out those wrists, shake out those hips if you need to. And then we're going to move to the other side. So when you're ready, coming back to your tabletop position with a nice neutral spine. Let's move to the right leg this time. So stretch the right leg back, point the toe, heel is in line with the hip. And then once you've got your balance, see if you can start to stretch that left arm forward. So the more that you stretch and lengthen, the easier the balance. Let's inhale, stretch and lengthen and pull ourselves apart as much as we can. And then exhale, bring your elbow to the knee, belly in and crunch. Do that again. Inhale, lengthen, looking forward, stretch. Exhale, elbow to the knee, belly in, crunch. 3 more. Inhale, extend, eyes forward, stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, elbow to the knee, belly in, crunch. Again, inhale, see if you can pull yourself apart a little bit more. Exhale, elbow to the knee, stomach in, crunch. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. 1 more time. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, crunch. Awesome work, yogis. Left hand down, right knee down. Again, shake it out. Wiggle it out. Beautiful work. Moving into our next posture. So staying in your tabletop, transitioning into our downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the knees, and pushing back up into your downward facing dog. Let's get the good alignment first. So hands, palms are shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers, press the index fingers and thumbs firmly into the mat to help stabilize you. Have a look at your feet. Feet should be at least hip distance apart. You might need to walk your feet further back or a little bit closer to you, just finding that sweet spot so that from the side you're in an inverted V position. If the knees are bent, that's okay. Try to get the hips up as high as you can with the spine nice and long. Our next pose is a scorpion leg position, which is going to really help open up our hips. So on your next inhale, we're going to lift that right leg up to the sky as high as we can. And on the exhale, bend the knee and let the foot drop towards the left. Square off those shoulders as much as you can, coming up nice and high on your left hip toes and hold. So keep the breath flowing here. Feel that hip opening on the right side. Try not to let those shoulders move out of alignment too much. So really press the hands, palms firmly into the mat. Keeping those shoulders nice and square. Belly button drawn in. Hands, palms are firmly into the mat. Neck is relaxed. Breathe and open for 3, 2, 1. So nice. Slowly, right leg back down. On your next inhale, lift the left leg up towards the ceiling as high as you can. And then on the exhale, bend the left knee and let the foot drop towards the right. So as you do that, your shoulders have a tendency to move towards the left out of alignment. See if you can square off the shoulders by pressing hands, palms firmly into the mat. Good, and feeling that nice opening into that left knee, left hip, coming up nice and high on the right toes, as high as you can. Belly button drawn in, strong with the hands, palms grip. Relax the back of the neck. The higher you lift the left knee, the more you'll start to open up the hip. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work, everyone. Slowly bring that left leg down. Good, a little bit of a pedal out here. Bending one knee at a time. Shaking your head yes and no, releasing any tension in the head and the neck. Moving into our next pose. So have a look at your hands. We're going to walk our feet, I should say, halfway up the mat. And feet should be about as wide as the mat, maybe just a little bit more in. So hip distance apart, a little bit further out. Bending the knees as much as you need to. And we're going to move into a forward fold twist in a moment. So if you can't get your hands to the floor, maybe just walk your hands a little bit further away from you. And then just bending one knee at a time. Just trying to get a little bit more movement deep into those hip flexors. Good, and we're going to come into a forward fold twist next. So coming back to the center, just bringing the right hand into the middle of the mat in front of you, bending the right knee as much as you can and extend that left arm up to the sky. Good. So really starting to look up to where you're stretching up to. So maybe look up to your left thumb and feel that twist, that opening, that rotation. If you want a little bit more intensity, some of you, if you can, might be able to wrap that arm onto the lower spine or maybe even grab that right thigh. So wherever you're at, just be there fully. Any type of twist in yoga really helps to detoxify. With our kidneys, our spleen, our gallbladder, our pancreas. Hold and breathe for 3, 2, One, beautiful. Slowly releasing straight to the other side. This time bend the left knee as much as you can. Left hand to the middle of the mat and reach that right arm up to the sky. Good. So one side will feel entirely different to another, and that's very normal. In our yoga practice, we're aiming to restore balance and symmetry down both sides of the body. If you want a little bit more intensity, you may like to bring the back of the hand onto the lower spine, or if you have the availability, maybe to grab that left thigh. You can drop that right shoulder blade back and down, twisting with every breath more and more, wringing out the spine, creating that rotation. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Slowly come back down. A little bit of a walkout again, bending one knee at a time. Might even like to shake your head yes and no. Good. We're going to do that once again. This time I want you to start to walk the feet a little bit closer in. Again, whatever way you can get there is absolutely fine. So feet will be at least hip distance or maybe even a little bit closer. So let's bend the right knee, bring the right hand to the floor in front of you and stretch that left arm up to the sky. So breathing. If you can, if it's available for you, you can grab onto that right thigh or just keep that left arm stretching up, looking up, reaching up, breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Other side, bend the left knee, left hand to the middle of the mat, stretching that right arm up to the sky. Feeling that opening, feeling that twist. Also creating extension and lengthening into the hamstrings. If it's available for you, may even wrap that arm, grabbing onto the left thigh or placing your hand palm onto the lower spine. Dropping that shoulder blade back and down, looking up, stretching and breathing for 3, 2, 1. So nice. Slowly back down to the floor. Let's bend our knees as much as we can, and vertebrae by vertebrae, we're slowly rolling up to standing. Once you're at the top, rolling the shoulder blades back and down 3 times. Big shoulder rolls. Moving into our final pose. So staying exactly where you are, feet are hip distance apart, pressing your feet firmly into the mat, stable foundation. Inhale, stretch the arms up over your head. And then bend the elbows and make like a stop sign or a cactus sign, spreading those fingers nice and wide apart. We're going to look up towards the ceiling, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, slowly start to push the chest forward and drop the head back. This is a baby back bend, so start to squeeze those shoulder blades into one another, pressing the hips and the chest forward for 3, 2, 1. Good. Inhale, come back up. Keep the arms where they are. 2 more times. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale, pushing the chest, the heart forward. Squeeze those elbows, shoulder blades into one another. Hold and breathe. 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly come back up. 1 more time. Take a breath. And then exhale, drop the head back, push the heart, chest forward, squeeze those shoulder blades into one another. Look back, go back, fall back, way back. 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly, arms up over your head. And then exhale, hands in prayer in front of your heart. Just close down your eyes for a moment. So deep backward bend. Our spine isn't really used to going into a spinal extension, a back bend like that. So sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming. Maybe our heart races. Sometimes can feel a little bit daunting. But it is so, so good for you. Just take 1 more breath here. Exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, just finding your way, onto your back, whatever way is more efficient for you, with your legs long, arms long, close down the eyes. Just feel all of that amazing work start to integrate into the body. Smiling to yourself, being proud of yourself. And taking this amazing energy out to the rest of the day as you bring your hands into prayer position in front of your heart. From my heart to your heart, Namaste.